Hello again, everyone. Today we've come to an end of our project, and we're going to complete our page by continuing the fine tuning. So, for now, let's have a look at how the page responds. So, there are a few sections that we're going to need to organize. For example, the background here. It's not responsive, and it doesn't appear exactly the way we want to when the screen becomes smaller. So, in this lesson, we're going to force our page to be responsive by using media query features. So now what I'll do is I'll create a section for a media query in our CSS file, and I start by writing @media. Now I can just open the Bootstrap grid page and see the size, and we'll give it here the max width. And now, as you can also see, the screen width range from 1200 to 576 pixels. So I'll write 4 media queries and set the screen sizes here to be max width. First, I'll write 1200, then 992, then 768, and then finally 576. So here first, I'm refreshing the features for the background size in the header section. And I see that we use the header ID and it has the background in it. So I give the width and height here according to the screen sizes. So here we need to pay attention to what element we will change for which class in which class. Now, we talked about it before. If you don't really remember which class to use, we can always see where these fields are used just by saying inspect in Chrome. This makes our job a lot easier, huh? Yeah, so now we can take care of the trouble right here. So, by the way, we already know the subject of media query from CSS, right? So I didn't need to explain it here, but I just did want to go over to refresh your memory a little bit. If you do have any trouble, I'll just suggest that you go back and watch from the CSS media query. That's a great lesson, if I do say so myself. But now let's have a look at our web page again and examine to see if there is a section that we have any more problems as the screen gets smaller. It doesn't look like there's a problem until we get to our history section. Now, if you've made a different design and there are parts with problems that I can't quite see, because I'm here and you're there, you can rearrange this method for yourself. So now I can right-click and say Inspect to understand what kind of problem we're having. All right, so when you look at it, we gave the margin and the padding values to our first column here. There are also margin values in the second column. So I think that if we change the values here, our problem will be eliminated. So here it looks like the problem occurs below 768 pixels. So I'm just going to edit for these two screen sizes. So I'll set the margin top and margin left values to 0 for the history image. And I'll also write the text align center and give a margin right 0 for the history area. And let's refresh. And looking at the page again, I think the problem's fixed. Yeah, so if you look at the page again after you refresh, it looks all pretty good. Yeah, so I just wanted you to see what you can do with this Bootstrap and wanted to combine what we learned in HTML and in our CSS lessons. So it reinforces what you learn, and that's how you increase knowledge, by practicing with the subjects, right? Over and over again, and add in your imagination as you get more confident. Now, of course, you can add different fields to your projects by examining Bootstrap. However, we've talked to you about many structures that you'll see on a web page. And after that, then you can design and prepare your own. So, goodbye for now, and see you in the next lesson.